Coach, thanks very much. Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
I'm here all day.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
On second down, Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
To throw, it's Allen. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Going for it all. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
On the ready, 54. Mike 54. Life 64. Weak. Get this up penetration. Handle. Knuckle. Right there. 54. Right there. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
It's now fourth down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Showing it. Scene 6. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Touchdown.
Here we go, fourth down, Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Throwing now is Allen. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Call it an even 20 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. First carry for Darius Geis. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Kill.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Running the sweep with McLaurin, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready, set. 55. Check, 55. Mike. Okay on this defense. H3, 2, 18. Chopper. Tap. Bravo. Ready, go.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Redskins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here we go with Geis. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field. He wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
At the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Check 50. Play. 54. I got you. I got you. Undercrush. Undercrush. Undercrush.
From the 38, Mahomes. Open man is Ross, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Come on, set. 15 lining, 15 lining. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Mahomes now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd
Check.
at the 39-yard line.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
61, matchbox, light. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
On first down, it's Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On 2nd and 2, Allen. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Askew. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Mike's 50.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Redskins defense going to take over. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's complete to Chris Conley. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
First down, Washington.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got his running back, Darius Geis.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready, ready. Chopper.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's caught. It's Coleman. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's caught by Coleman. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gano the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And he's going sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Not today, you are. Not today. Hey, check Mike.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards that time. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Got a man open. It's Ross. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Geis. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 30 on 2nd down, Mahomes completes it to Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And an alley to run. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Alert! Protein spill! Hey, wahoo!
third and long. It's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
50, mark 50, mark 50. Check pass, check pass. 50, hey, Charlie. You gonna get this board? You think you gonna get this?
Going for it on fourth down. Allen, and he finds Cook. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They run. Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run. Football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Round 80. 50, Mike 50. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Pass 85, pass 85. Hey, Haywood.
On second and 11 now. Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Go. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. I'm here all day. 50's the mark.
From the gun, it's Allen. That is caught by Thielen. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down?
Oh, here we go. Oh, check. Go back. Hey, Alpha. Back up. Hey, Mike's 50. Hey, tight. Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50, huh? Silver.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Rolling to his right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Tevin Coleman. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. So that'll back him up 5. Gano for the extra point. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went 4 on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window.
General, wax. 2, fellas, let's go.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Let's go.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Give him 9 yards on the carry there, a good run. And now 2nd and goal.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They come out here in the eye. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? It's Coleman here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Tevin Coleman taking it in. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Escaping the pressure right. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Coleman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception,
well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Allen eluding the pressure right. He's got Smith here. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 23.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Middle. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And here's Allen. Going to throw again. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Alert! Mike's 50.
5.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Geis. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Geis showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Mahomes going to throw it here. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 33 yards that time. The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Geis alone in the backfield here. 2nd and goal.
Check tight, check tight, check tight.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. A great come-from-behind victory in this